Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7 of MPA 545 Conflict Resolution and Labor Negotiation. My name is Greg Zarko, and this is my week's presentation. So, the first article that I found um, regarding conflict management is about this company that implemented a system-wide implementation of conflict management interviews, and they called them CMIs, between the employees and the supervisors. And they were designed to enable them to proactively resolve conflict and follow up on agreements for improving their working relationships. The study found that employees whose managers provided high-quality CMIs had a lower likelihood of formal grievances and also lower turnover rates. The study did suggest, though, that just holding those CMIs may not be sufficient. Rather, the quality of the CMIs that might be the key to successful outcomes. Now, the conflict that I thought about was somebody getting promoted to a management position or a supervisor position and really not knowing their boundaries, and maybe sometimes that while they're trying to establish the authority, they kind of seep into another department, and that's something that I've seen in the past, and usually that creates kind of tensions between the new manager and the old manager or the different manager. So what I would do as someone who oversees them, I would have them sit down in an informal process, um, and just kind of discuss the situation that we're in, how we got here, and also to set up the boundaries for the new manager who could have unwillingly um, not known his his or hers place of authority, um, which can happen, and that's how I would try to handle that at the lowest level. The next article that I found covered the dispute resolution, and I found this one interesting because it talks about now the legal aspect of our world catching up now with technology, and how online dispute resolutions are now an option, and it talks about the pros and cons of them. The pros, how quickly and efficient they can be done. People can be in multiple places at the same time and have um, an online dispute resolution being conducted. And the negative side of that, they talk about how they feel impersonal, and maybe that's something that can affect the outcome of a situation. Now, you can always start at the lower level, maybe an informal discussion, but really, I think you can go up to mediation and even possibly arbitration with an online resolution. Just have a neutral party being there, being able to sit completely neutral in a different location and listen to the parties. And being able to either make a strong suggestion or even actually make a decision, I think it's something that's beneficial and can actually work. So for a YouTube video, I ended up going back to one of the channels that I follow. They're called HR Basics, and this one focuses on training and development, and it discusses the importance of um, of training and developing employees in the workplace, how it motivates them and sets them up for success, and how they feel more passionate about work, um, and how it's important to know what kind of employees you have, and are they visual, learners? Are they kinesthetic learners, where they need a hands-on approach, or can they just sit there and listen and be able to learn? So it gives a lot of good techniques on on what to do and how to train and focus on real world problems that helps with adults, because they're able to relate. They can all, if you emphasize on learning and how it can be applied, um, and to allow for debate and challenge ideas. Those are all things that this video discusses, and I think it's good for anyone who has to give a lecture, or anybody who has to train people, to sit down and listen to the 5-minute video. So that does conclude my presentation for this week. Thank you very much for listening. And a quick shout out to everybody who graduate. Even though we still have about a week's worth of work left to do, um, take the minute and enjoy the huge accomplishment that you have achieved, that some of us have achieved, and what a great experience this whole thing has been. And to those that are continuing, keep going. You're almost there. Have a wonderful weekend. Um, Thank you again.